Welcome to Session 1 of the KPMG Tech Club. I'm Sophia and I'll be your host today. I work as a cloud engineer at KPMG, using the public cloud to create and maintain client solutions. This means I basically get to spend all day building computers in the cloud. It's sort of like piecing together Lego or building things in Minecraft. Over this course, we'll be helping you build up your digital toolkit using a host of applications you may have already used, and some you might not. Every time you complete a session, you'll be able to share your work with us and download a KPMG digital badge. Over this course, we will be building a brand new ice cream business. Public Cloud Ice Cream is a brand new cloud-based dessert which we are hoping to launch in the future. To do this, we'll be using lots of different tech tools, from learning about drawing a logo, creating a business plan, to analysing data and how to keep shoppers safe online. Today, we'll be using Microsoft Word. Microsoft Word is a word processing software developed by Microsoft. You will learn the skills needed to create documents, letters, and flyers, and you'll go through all the objectives listed on the screen. Don't worry if it looks like a lot. We'll be going through each one step by step, and you can pause the video and jump back and forth through it. So you can either have a go and do this at the same time along with me, feel free to pause whenever, or watch the video and have a go after. It's up to you. So the first thing we need to do is head over to the KPMG Tech Playground, where you're probably watching this video. If you scroll down, you'll see in the resources section that we have our business plan ready to go. So if you click that, it will download for you, and if you open it up, it should look something like this. So this downloaded document has all the information together, and I want to separate each section onto a new page. To do that, if you click next to the section you want to jump down and press Ctrl and Enter if you're on a Windows, or Command and Enter if you're on a Mac, it will jump that whole section to the new page. I'm going to then do that for Company Overview. Business Description is on a new page, and then lastly I will jump down Market Analysis. And now we have everything nice separated onto a new page. What I'm going to do is I'm going to create a table of contents, and these are really useful in essays, reports, and business plans, because it lets your reader know what is coming ahead and where they can find each section. So instead of having to manually do this, Word has a contents maker. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put my cursor where I want my table of contents to go, and then if I go into References, on the left hand side I'm going to click Table of Contents, and you've got some choices here of which one you like the look of, and I'm going to pick the Classic. So I'm going to click that here, and I have this pop-up saying creating a table of contents, start by applying a heading style from the styles gallery to the selected text. So I'll press OK there. So my issue here is I have to put it in the correct format for the table of contents to pick it up. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to head back to home, and I'm going to highlight the heading, and then I can have some choices here. So I've got a title, heading 1, heading 2. So I can try them out, see what they look like. That's heading 1. I'm going to stick with heading 2. And then what I'm going to do is go to each of my headings and do the same thing. So I'm going to highlight it and then press heading 2 and highlight it again and press heading 2. So now that I have all my headings, I'm going to head back to my table of contents. And if you click onto it, you'll see this little section here, this little arrow, and then you can click Update Table. And you can see now that it has each of my sections there. So if I clicked Executive Summary, it'll take me there. If I click Market Analysis, it will take me to that section. But I want to put my Executive Summary on a new page. So again, I press Ctrl Enter, But my table of contents hasn't updated. So if I press executive summary, it's still looking for it here. So what I need to then do again is go to my table of contents, click update table again, and this time instead of updating page numbers only, I'll update the entire table. And now if I click executive summary, it takes me to the correct place. So now we have our table of contents. I'm going to change our business plan here to a title. I might center that if I like the look of it. And then what I can do here is I can create a logo. So we want our business plan to be branded for our company and to be more visually appealing. So to do that, I will add a logo to our cover page. So there's a couple of ways that we can do this. So I can insert a picture, and if I pick stock images, Microsoft has lots of stock images that you could use. So you could search for ice cream, and you get all these different images. Or what we can do is if we go to icons, we can do that again, and you can get some nice little icons for this business. I'm going to pick this one. You can pick whichever one you want. It's for your business plan. And you can see here, you can pick different colors or different ways that you want to style it, which I think is quite nice. I could try fill the graphic in, and you can see it fills our lines in. And then I can press home, center that so it looks a bit nicer. So that's one option. Or if you want to get a little bit more creative, what you can do if we delete that logo is you can click the draw button and you can click your pencil here and you have all these different colors. So you can do this, or you have these effects. So you've got a rainbow effect, galaxy effect, lava, ocean. You can try it out, see what it looks like, and then you can either press Ctrl Z or Command Z, which will just undo it for you. I like the look of galaxy, so I'm going to pick that. I'm going to pick a thin kind of pen, and what I'm going to do is draw a nice cloud with a cone at the bottom. And then can put on some hash to make it look like a nice waffle cone. So I think that's a really fun way to really personalize your business plan. You can create a logo or you can use one of these stock images. So next, let's add a watermark to our business plan. So if we go to design, you can see on the right hand here, we have watermark. So I'm going to click that. So a watermark lets us add an image or text to all the pages in our document so that we can prove ownership or relay important information for when the document is print or shared. Some examples you may have seen are top secret on documents from spy films, or maybe draft on your own work to make sure you don't accidentally send it when it's not ready to go. So again, you can pick a picture here, or you can pick a text so we can have a look at what top secret looks like. And press OK. And you can see now that on every page we have top secret. Or again, if we're ready for this to be reviewed, but it's not the final version, we can type out draft instead, press OK, and you can see now that each of our pages has this watermark on it. So if you had a scan through the document so far, you might have noticed some of these kind of highlighted areas of improvement. So a really nice tool that Word has is this editor button. So if you go back to home and click editor in the top right, what it does is it goes through and it marks your work essentially, which is a really, really useful thing if you're writing essays or writing reports. And it goes through spelling, grammar, and then it has a look at some refinements. So let's go through them. So the first is grammar. So here it's indicating that I've missed a comma. If I want to go with the suggestion, all I have to do is click it. And then here we've got some grammar. So they said some words are similar but are used differently. So to slowly focus on catching clouds. The clouds are caught in the Pennines due to the vast amount of clouds found there. They think number sounds better. I agree, so I'm going to click that. The next sentence, there was lots of ice cubes and freeze pops, but they wanted more and wanted it combine their passion. Word is suggesting to combine. So we can see here we've actually missed a word out, and Word has caught that for us. So I'll add that in. I'll jump down to conciseness and click that. Public cloud ice cream has 3 flavors so far: vanilla virtualization, strawberry storage, and chocolate compute, and a number of staff that help the business run. They think several or a few might sound a bit better. I agree, so I'll pick several. And then lastly, we can go to punctuation conventions. And again, it looks like we're missing a couple of commas, so I'll put them in. And then if I have a look, my editor score is now 100%, which is really good. I think it's a really nice tool to just be able to check your work before you send it off and see if there's any more improvements you can make. So when creating a document, it's very important that it can be read and understood by anybody. So imagine if you were blind, how would you be able to consume the document and still understand it? You can have the computer read the text out loud to you, but how does a computer know what to say for images? So another useful tool that Microsoft has, if you jump to the Review tab, they have the Check Accessibility feature. So if we click that, it inspects our work to make sure that it's accessible. So I can see here we've got 2 errors. So if I click on the first one and click on the item that it's relating to, what's really useful here is it tells you why you should fix it. So alternative text for images and other objects is very important for people who can't see the screen. Screen readers read alternative text aloud, so it's the only information many have about the image. Good alternative text helps them understand the image. And then what's really useful, again, is that it tells you how to fix this. So what you do is click your image, right click it, then click Edit Alt Text. And here I can write a sentence about what this logo is. So I could say, this is a picture of a cloud with an ice cream cone written with a galaxy swirl color. This is the logo of public cloud ice cream. And then I can jump back to accessibility. So once that's done, I can go back, I can see that error is removed. So I now can click my next one and it says image or object not in line. If the image or object is not in line, it may be difficult for screen readers users to interact with the object. It also may be difficult to know where the object is relative to text. Again, we see how to fix this. So we right click our image, click wrap text, and then click inline with text. And that's a really useful tool to show us how to make our document accessible so anyone can use it and read it. So this document is currently in draft mode. And I might want to share this with a colleague and get some ideas or advice on my document. And if they say, for example, that they would like to put scrumptious instead of delicious, one way that you could do that is, let's say, highlight, put this in red and say, maybe, let's highlight it again, change it to the red color, maybe scrumptious instead of delicious. And then again, I have to have a look. What do they mean by delicious? So what is really handy again is that we have our comments. So if we get back to review, we can have a new comment here. So I'm just going to close these off for now. and click New Comment. And what I can do is highlight the word that I was on about, click New Comment, and then I can say, what about scrumptious instead? I can add treat here, can add to this comment, or I can delete this comment. If I didn't actually mean to click this word, I can just delete that comment and keep this one. If I want to change this and add a comment, what about the Alps? I can then go between my comments. If I've dealt with this comment, I can be like, okay, I'm happy with that. I can resolve it, and you can see it changes it, so it kind of grays it out. So I, as the user, know that I've dealt with these comments, and then once I've fully dealt with them, I can just delete them if I want. So I can go to this one, delete. And then I think there is a really handy way that you can really pinpoint exactly where you want to um, help people change their work. So we've done all this good work on our business plan. We've got our logo, we've put it as a draft. But now I might want to protect that document. So the reason I would protect a document is if I want to share it, it's not ready to go public yet, and I just want to share it with specific people. I can put a password on this, and then only those specific people can read it. So if I have the options here, so I can set a password to open this document, I can set a password to modify this document, I can protect the document for track changes, comments, read only, and I also have this privacy, so I can remove personal information from this file on save. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to set a password here and make sure it's a nice secure password, and then I could press OK, and I have to enter the password again. And what's really important here is you have to remember this password because it cannot be recovered. So if you forget the password on this, you're not going to be able to open up your document. So if I do that, this is now password protected. So if I would try to open it up, it would ask me now to put a password on it. If I delete that, it's no longer protected. So now we have our draft document ready to go. What I can do is to make sure that no one can change this, if I want them to have a purely read only and I want to keep it in this exact format, what I can do is save it as a PDF. And saving things as a PDF could be really useful for CVs. If you want your CV to be a specific format, but other people have different versions of Word, saving it as a PDF means that it'll get viewed the way you intended by your recipients. So to do that, we click File, Save As, pick where you want to save it, and then you drop down here and you click PDF. Then click Export, and that will then save as a PDF. So if I jump over now, this is what a PDF document will look like. So you can see here that I can't change it. I can highlight, but I can't change the document. So next, we're going to send out a letter. So this draft document, I'm going to change that watermark in my design. We'll change it, the watermark, to top secret. And I'm going to send this to a few people that I met last week at the public ice cream convention. So what I'm going to do, first thing is file new document, and here jumps up a brand new document for me to write. So I want to write out a letter. I'm going to use dictate. So dictate lets me just read aloud and it will start writing a letter for me. So when I'm ready to do it, I click this button. Hi, name, comma, new line, new line. It was fantastic to meet you at the ice cream convention last week in Miami, full stop. I loved discussing my brand new public cloud ice cream business with you, full stop. New line, new line. Please find attached my business proposal, comma. I would love to hear your thoughts on this, full stop. New line, new line. Looking forward to hearing from you, full stop. New line, new line. Kind regards, comma. New line, new line. Sophia Mirza. And you just press that blue button when you're finished, and you can either carry on or you can just close that off. So I think this isn't bad. I think they've done a pretty good job here. So I'll just add any commas I've missed. I'll change this to brand new. And here it's just giving me a tip to hyphenate. So I think that's a really good way to get a letter out. If you just don't want to type it all out, you get the majority there, and then you can just make your little tweaks. Another really useful thing in the review section is you can have it read it out loud to you. So I can highlight this section and press read aloud.
It was fantastic to meet you at the ice cream convention last week in Miami. I love discussing my brand new public cloud ice cream business with you.
And I think that is a really nice way that you can help catch mistakes. So sometimes you're just in full flow, you're typing it out, or maybe you've dictated it and it's missed a word. By having it read aloud to you, you can really hear if there's any mistakes. So I want to send this letter to 3 of my business clients that I met at this ice cream convention. And let's say there's 3 or 3,000. I want this same letter to go out, but I don't want to have to type in their name each time I create the letter. So what you can use is mail merge. So if you jump into mailings, the first thing we need to do is create a new list of our recipients. So here are field names that are already there. So there's some, if you don't need them, you can get rid of them. So you can get rid of this one. We don't need to know what country they're in. Everyone I met that I'm sending a letter to was in the UK. So once I'm happy with all these, I can press create. And I will save this somewhere. So I will call this maybe potential clients and press save. And then I can start filling out these details. So the first person I met was Mr. Jake White. His company was Sweets All Day, and he lived at 12 Sweet Lane, Manchester, Greater Manchester, and then postcode M12AE. Then I can add a next person. So I also met Miss Steph Laws, who worked at Chocolatey. She lives at 34 Chocolate Avenue in Towlaw, which is in County Durham. And her postcode. And then lastly, I met Dr. Cookie Munster. And they worked at the Cookie Forever store, which was located at 45 Cookie Street in Leeds, West Yorkshire. So I've got these three people. I'm happy for them, their details, so I can press OK. So now what I can do is I can insert the merge fields. So I can insert here now their details. So if I'm going to do their address, I might want the title, then if we cancel that, press the wrong button. If we insert their first name, their surname, then maybe on a new line, we might want a comma, we new line their company, their address, city, country, and postcode. And then here we could just put in their first name, if we're being personable. And then once we're ready, we can click here to preview the results. And you can see now it fills all that out, and I can just skip through and it does it for each person. So this is a really handy way of creating your letter for multiple of people. When I'm selecting recipients, you can see here you can choose from your Outlook contacts, Apple contacts, and then once you're ready, you press finish and merge, and what you can do is you can either print the documents or you can edit individual documents. So one thing I forgot was that Dr. Cookie Monster actually speaks fluent French. That's their native tongue. And I thought, how nice would it be if I can send them a letter in French? So what I can do is I can highlight the section I want to translate, and then if I go back to review, I can click the translate feature, and I have my options here of translating a section or translating a document. So I'll pick translate section, and what's really interesting is that it's picked up my the language I've written in, and then it's picked French here. But if I click here, you can see all the different languages that Word has ready to go. So I could pick Lithuanian, I could pick Japanese, but as Cookie is French speaking, we'll click this French one and press insert. And now we have a letter ready to go in French by the click of a button. So the last thing we're looking at today is creating a flyer for our free giveaway. So one thing I want to show you here is when you do file, if you do new document, you'd get a blank one like we got here. Or if I do new from template, Microsoft Word has all these really fantastic templates ready to go. So do you want to create a newsletter, a brochure, a flyer, write a journal, make a list? You can go more specific and click type in business, and you'll see now that we've got a business plan, a startup checklist, an email marketing template, business cards. So we're now going to look at flyer, and you've got a side hustle flyer, pet volunteer flyer, summer party flyer. You've got all these different flyers. And what I would like you to do is to go and create a flyer for our free giveaway. So if you just jump back to our tech playground, you'll see that we have some flyer text that needs to be included. So I want to highlight that we've got free ice cream to try our brand new flavor. You just need to put a date and a time at Manchester Town Hall, and then please come visit our public cloud ice cream stall to try our new flavour, salted caramel software sundae. Let us know what you think at PC Ice Cream, and then a little star to link with 1 scoop per person while stocks last. You can even change the flavor if you want. If you want to go really bold and you've got a really fun idea for some public cloud ice cream flavors, please feel free and go ahead. If not, you can use this text. It's ready to go. Have a go and see what you come up with. Here's one I made earlier, just to give you some ideas, but I'm sure you can get more creative than me. This took me a little bit of time to do, and it just shows you what one could look like. So I'll let you all have a go at doing that. Um, And with that, we've come to the end of this session. So, a massive big thank you for joining us and learning more about Microsoft Word. So, while I've been doing this, I've actually learned lots that I did not know I could do about Word. I've hoped you've enjoyed learning with us. To get your digital badge, if you head over to the KPMG Tech Club, and scroll down on the page, there's all the details for how to send over your work to us, and we can start issuing you those KPMG digital badges. So for every session you attend, you'll get a different badge. Please join us on our website. There's going to be more lessons, and next time we'll be looking at Microsoft Excel. Thank you again for joining us. I hope you had some fun, learned something new, and I'll see you next time. Bye.